Remember, when you're opening this up, do it really slowly. If you're not a pro, please bring it to a proper shop, like PS3 repair services, Visual PS3 repair services, to do the fix. It's not easy to do. Some PS3s have lesser screws, and some PS3 has more screws. So you have to be very wary, and you have to know what kind of PS3s have more screws on the top than the rest of the other PS3s. Like this one has more screws, so you have to place them into separate cups. That's how you keep count, and you don't lose track of the screws when you are screwing it back later after you finish your fix. There you go. Front cover, open. Alright, so what's next? This is next. Yeah, take this one off. This is the power, the on and off button for the PS3. Just connect it to the main board. So we'll take that one out. This is going to be a very long video. So hope you got your drinks and your food, and you're sitting comfortably on a comfortable chair. This is going to be a very long one. After you're done with that, pull this out. You got that one out. Normally I use a marker to basically mark out the spots of where the screws are going to be, so I don't forget when I put it back next time where the screws are going to be. So I mark it out with a red ink pen. Okay, so we're going to the power supply, which is this one. This is your Blu-ray. This is your power supply. We're gonna take that off. So I'm gonna screw this one with this screwdriver, because the machine one will not work. So shut it down. Alright, power supply off, and put it there. Blu-ray, you gotta make sure that you gently take this little switch off. Okay, I'm struggling a bit to show you guys. You gotta take this one very slowly. Do not break the lid. It's very sensitive. When you have that, pull this one out. And you got your Blu-ray off. Right. Okay, so that's done. We'll take this one off as well. And you gotta remember to take this one off. This one here. See this? Like this. So we'll switch here. You gotta be careful with this one. Take this one off. There's a little thing here. It's a little clip. Up. And remove. Next is the Wi-Fi cable, which is this one. Gotta leave the mark on it. In. Now I'm gonna mark all of this red. 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 Very amateur video, I know. But it's always good to have a little guide so you know. This one out because you don't need it. So that row screws. Turn it on here. Now, last but not least, do not forget to take off your hard disk drive because you get stuck. This one off as well. This one, it's easy bit. Right, so you're down to the motherboard. It's very important. Some PS3s like this 60GB or 40GB ones, they have the switch at the back, so you have to remove this before you actually you strip off the whole motherboard. Some of the other PS3s also have their power switch, which is the fan, the power fan, or the fan blade, or whatever it is called. Right? It's some of them are somewhere around here or here. So you gotta remove that one. Okay. Remove this one. Remember to take out the battery as well. That's the battery, which is also here. Take that one off. Okay, we're done with that. It's time to remove the motherboard. Now when you take that off, there are little screws here. I'm gonna take that one off as well. This one here. Okay, so where did it all go wrong? GPU or CPU, and this is the GPU. This one is the graphics card. This one is the main board where everything plays. And I'm guessing the balls underneath here is loosened. So that's the reason why it's YLOD. Very simple. Make sure it's on a flat surface. Keep this one here. Lighter fluid, very good for cleaning. You can get it in shops, $3.50 or $2. You wet on this. Tissue. Okay, so this is the CPU, is the RSX, and this is the graphic card. Okay, couldn't see it just now, so I might have said it wrongly. All that white stain on it. Okay, alright, cleaned, shiny, very good. This part is very important. You need to clean off all the dried thermal paste that is on the RSX and GPU. Okay. Check out how dry this thing is. Really dry. It's not even wet anymore. So it's hardened. And when it's hardened, it's very bad for the PS3 to cool down. So it overheats because of this as well. So you gotta clean it. Add fluid again. Clean this one off. It's shiny. You can see my reflection. Okay, that's done. This is no clean flux finish matte. We're going to use it for the motherboard, but I already transferred it to a smaller one so it's easier to put on. Okay? Fluxing the board is really important. Helps the heat to melt the balls below when you're doing reflowing especially. So I'm going to do it. Okay. Let it drip. Don't be shy, put a lot. Okay, because you need to reflow. It needs to heat up. Okay. This side as well. This side as well. Finishing. Gotta chop it up some more. Okay, so we're gonna flux here and here. Turn over the board. We're gonna flux this two, and we're gonna flux this little thing here. Anyway, this thing is to protect PS3, which I don't need to melt. So I'm taking that one out. This one as well. Take this one off. Oops. Should be enough. Okay, fix that. What's this? Should the board is fluxed properly. Okay, we're done with the fluxing. Now if you see residues of flux dripping, for example in these areas, please take them off, wipe them off, because you don't want them, you don't want it to burn the board. Okay. Okay, we are ready to reflow the board. Okay, but before that, okay, foils. Why foils? Is to protect some of the areas from the heat gun, the very strong heat gun that I'm using, not the normal heat gun, not the normal handgun. This is machine heat gun. It's very important that you put it nicely. Place it here. This one here. Right. It should look like this at the end of everything. Okay, so we're gonna reflow here and here. Peel out a bit because we still need that area to heat up. Okay, there you go. Well done. We are done with the fluxing as well as putting on the copper foil, or sorry, the foil. So we need to heat it up. We'll be back in a moment.